How do you increase the watch time of your videos? Let's talk psychology today, and let's do a quiz to see what works best. Watch time is YouTube's most important way to measure the quality of a video and to decide whether to promote it or not. This again became clear in a brand new study which found out that the most successful videos have a watch time of 5 to 8 minutes. So check your stats. If you are below 5 minutes, then this video is for you. The most effective way to increase the watch time is to apply a good structure. For example, starting with a hook, then a welcome message, and then the main part of the video. That is what I mean by structure. And I know a guy who uses a really good structure. Let me introduce you to Zach.
Hello YouTube, I'm Zach, you're watching ZachDTV, the place for interesting news from around the net.
Just 5 seconds of any of his videos and you know you landed on the right spot. Let's add that to the structure. Next comes his hook.
In today's episode, we're going to talk about an electric-powered space tugboat. Then we have laser weapons on drones. And we're going to wrap this whole thing up with a government program to give bionic arms to amputees.
Just 15 seconds and I'm stoked to watch his whole video. Think of it from the psychological perspective. I just click this thumbnail. And of course expect to see something cool about space. This hook confirms me. Yes, that's coming up. And even more cool things. My excitement is going up. Building that excitement is the most important thing to do in the beginning of the video. It gives the viewer the stamina to watch the whole thing. Because this is so important, we'll do a fun quiz about that in 2 minutes. You'll see how much of a difference the hook can make. Next up in Zach's structure is the welcome message.
And remember, if you want more stories like this Monday through Friday, go ahead and click that subscribe button over here so you know when I upload something new.
Again, just 5 seconds to get the essential info about the channel. This is very helpful to gain new subscribers. And Zach does this in a smart way. First, he doesn't ask to subscribe too early. Rather at this point when the viewers are excited and are more willing to subscribe. And second, he thinks about his subscribers. They don't want to hear the same thing over and over again. So he keeps it to just 5 seconds. Perfect. At this point we are just 20 seconds into the video. Kudos Zach, you optimized the heck out of it. Alright, let's watch his story about space.
Alright, let's get right into this. A team of researchers from Polytech, University of Turin, and Thales Alenia, that's an aerospace company that makes modules for the space station, recently published a paper describing how they want to produce an electric-powered space tugboat to take trips to the moon and back. According to Martina Mammarella, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but here we go. She's a researcher working on this project, that by analyzing the mission scenario and all the elements involved in it, we came out with the idea to study in deep space the concept of a sustainable transportation system equipped with electric propulsion. What they'd like to do is use Hall effect thrusters to power their ship. These are electrically based thrusters, and they are a perfected concept. We have them out in space right now. The only problem with these is they take a long time to accelerate because they don't produce a lot of power. But when you're working in a vacuum, you don't need a lot of power to get something moving. And that's why they're looking into this like a space tugboat. Because there would be no humans on board, it'd be completely autonomous and it'd just be ferrying cargo back and forth. It could take as long as needed to get there.
I am a sucker for such news stories and my excitement ran high. But even for me, my excitement decreased over time. That's just how it is. Luckily, Zach always has 3 stories and with each new story the excitement goes up again. By how much really depends on the story and what the viewer likes. For some, the excitement stays on a high level and they keep watching to the end. For others, it drops too much and they stop watching before the video ends. But Zach has another ace up his sleeve. While he talks, he shows images to enrich the story. Psychologically speaking, this increases the excitement a little bit every time. So many people keep watching for longer. Awesome recipe to keep viewers watching, Zach. High five! Let's do a quiz. Since Zach is perfectly set up with his structure, the main factor that decides if an individual video becomes successful is the hook and the 3 stories he chooses. Let's see if you would like to watch only the first story, the first 2 stories, or even all 3 stories. Here we go.
In today's episode, we're going to look at the first commercial space station is getting ready for flight. We also have an explanation for a signal that was found in the 70s. And we're going to wrap up with all I could call is the coolest knife throwing I've ever seen.
How was that? Click this card and select how many stories you would like to watch. Let's check out another one.
In today's episode, we have an extremely heavy lift drone. We're also going to look at a new frog they just found in the Amazon. And we're going to wrap up with a robotic valet.
How was this one? Click this card and select again. All good things comes in threes. Let's check out one last hook.
In today's episode, we're going to take a look at Toyota's first attempt at a flying car. Then we're going to step into MIT's first attempt at tattooing. And we're going to wrap up with something that could draw your nightmares for you. You don't even have to do work.
How interesting was that? Here is another card for you. A good structure is really setting up for more watch time. By the way, what is the structure you use in your videos? I look forward to read your comments. And if you haven't checked out Zach's channel yet, here are the 3 videos you just saw in the quiz. Cheers guys!